All right, let's dive in. If you're a business owner, you've got a million things on your plate, right? But fire safety, that's a whole different ballgame. It can feel pretty critical and, honestly, a little overwhelming. So today, we're going to break down how you can navigate this whole complex world and actually turn that worry into some real peace of mind. Let's do it. So, does this sound familiar? You've poured everything into building your business, and the thought of protecting it, and more importantly, your people, your staff, your customers from a fire, whew, that is a heavy weight to carry. It's a massive responsibility. And you know what? It is totally normal to feel completely overwhelmed by it. Let's just be real for a second. Does thinking about fire safety make your business feel, well, vulnerable? Because when you start to think about all the moving parts, you've got regulations, equipment, all the what ifs, it can absolutely make you feel exposed. And that feeling, that sense of vulnerability, that's exactly what we need to tackle. Okay, but here's the most important thing to know right out of the gate. You do not have to face this stuff alone. Seriously, there are experts and solutions out there designed specifically to lift that burden right off your shoulders and give you a clear path forward. Because the goal here isn't just about ticking a box for compliance, right? It's about feeling genuinely confident. So, why does it all feel so complicated? Well, because a really effective fire safety strategy, it's just so much more than sticking a smoke detector on the ceiling and calling it a day. Think of it more like this big interconnected web of systems. And every single thread, every single system plays a crucial role. I mean, think about it. You're juggling regulations, you're trying to choose the right equipment for your specific building, and then you have to make sure it's all maintained perfectly. It feels like this endless list of concerns, a cycle where, let's be honest, dropping the ball just is not an option. So how in the world do you manage all of that? The key is to stop thinking about it as a bunch of separate pieces and start looking for one single comprehensive solution, one that covers all the bases. And that's exactly where a service like AAA comes in, offering a whole array of services that are designed to work together perfectly. Okay, let's get down to the most critical point. In a fire, every single second counts. It's not an exaggeration. The sooner you know there's a problem, the more time everyone has to get out safely. And that's why the absolute first layer of defense has to be early warning. And to get that super early warning, you need something a little more advanced than your standard off-the-shelf detector. That's where these Aspiration smoke detection systems come into play. They are just incredibly sensitive. They're designed to pick up the absolute first, tiniest traces of smoke, giving you that vital head start that can literally be the difference between a close call and a catastrophe. But, detecting the fire early, that's only part of the puzzle. Step 2 is just as critical, maybe even more so, making sure every single person in your building can get out safely. And that means clear communication and a safe path for everyone, no matter their mobility. Yeah, we're talking about creating actual lifelines for people. Things like disabled refuge systems and emergency voice communication. These make sure that in the middle of a crisis, absolutely no one gets left behind or feels isolated or scared. It's all about delivering clear, calm instructions at the exact moment when panic would normally start to set in. And what powers all of this? Well, it's the core alarm system itself. You can think of it as the central nervous system for your entire fire safety plan. Its reliability it's non-negotiable. You absolutely need technology that you know is going to work, backed by brands you can truly depend on. And this really means having the right tool for your specific situation. Maybe it's a monitored alarm that automatically calls for help the second it goes off. Or maybe it's a super flexible wireless system for a tricky building layout. The point is, it's all built on a foundation of really trusted brands. We're talking Comlet, Apollo, SeaTac, Hochiki, so you have that peace of mind knowing the tech itself is rock solid. Now, this brings us to a really important shift in how to think about all this. You're not just going out and buying equipment, you're forming a partnership. See, the right company doesn't just show up, install some alarms, and leave. They become a genuine strategic partner in your business's safety. And a real partnership, it follows a clear, logical process. It has to start with understanding your unique risks. I mean, a warehouse is completely different from an office building, right? So from there, it's all about designing a comprehensive plan that's tailor-made for you. And then, of course, implementing it in a practical, efficient way. It's a smart, collaborative approach, from the very beginning to the very end. But, of course, the real proof is always in the pudding, right? It's what actual clients have to say. So let's take a look at some real feedback and see how this whole partnership idea actually translates into real-world results and, yep, that all-important peace of mind.
Wow, I mean, feedback really doesn't get much clearer than that, does it? When a client calls your engineers the A team, that's not just a nice compliment. That tells you that the people on the ground are total pros, they do high quality work, and they are absolutely dedicated to getting the job done right.
Bottom line, it's about having experts that you can genuinely count on, no questions asked.
And see, it's not just about the installation itself. It's about the guidance. This quote right here really highlights how getting the right advice actually empowers you, the business owner, to make smarter, more informed decisions for your own company's safety. So the goal isn't just about protection. It's about giving you the knowledge and the guidance that empowers your whole business. I love this one because it really speaks to the nuts and bolts of a professional operation. It's talking about the whole process, from the first site survey all the way through to the final installation. And it mentions providing all the right paperwork and doing high standard work. For a business owner, that means every single box is getting ticked correctly and professionally. Simply put, it means you get that assurance that the entire job is being handled with real, meticulous care from start to finish. And this brings us right back to where we started, full circle. The whole point of a comprehensive fire safety plan is to take that feeling of worry, that vulnerability we talked about, and completely transform it. It's about letting us help you turn those worries into real, solid confidence that you have done everything possible to protect what you've worked so hard to build. So we'll leave you with one final thought to chew on. It's a pretty simple question, but honestly, it's a powerful one. Take a second and really think about it. Is your business truly protected? If the answer to that gives you even a moment of hesitation, well, it might be time to find a partner who can help you answer with a confident, absolute yes.